were golden blue. And I wore it. I was so proud that she stayed up all night to take care of me. I love you, Loretta, and I will always have a special, special place for you in my heart. You make me now smile. You make me see the beauty in people. You make me step out of myself to find joy. And that's what Loretta taught me. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Joy. I'm the big sister, and I wanted to be like Loretta too. She was just so full of energy and full of life, and we just loved being around her because of that. And just the adventure and joy that she brought into our lives. I also asked, my sons couldn't be here, but I asked them what if they had some memories, and what they said was that, and I think goes for all of us, is that when you were with Loretta, you felt loved, and you felt welcomed, and you felt part of her life, and they just really appreciated that. I appreciate that. I think I also need to say that goes for all of our family, not just Loretta, but I think she was a good example of that for us and for anyone that she was with. During the last few weeks, I had many opportunities to talk to her on the phone and text with her, and I just loved when I would look at my phone and I'd see her name on the phone. And I didn't really know exactly what kind of conversation we were going to have, but it was just a joy to speak with her and to know that I'm so happy that she was my sister. So happy that that I was blessed to have her be part of my life. And I'm gonna miss her, but I'm going to retain the memories, the joyful memories that she brought into my life.
Raymond, also like everyone else, I wanted to be like Loretta. After years of psychotherapy, I was cured of that desire. Seriously though, thank you. I want to thank you for coming out and celebrating Loretta's life and sharing your memories and experiences with her. Am I on the mic? Should I spray this for the COVID? Oh, I'm okay? Okay.
The mics that we're live streaming, so the mics good.
Oh, I see. All right. So, seriously. So I wrote a few words down. Paraphrasing Harlan Ellison, the best way to tell a story is to start in the middle, later learn the beginning, and let the end take care of itself. Well, in Loretta's case, it's not quite that simple or that linear. Remembering her story is like watching a mosaic of projected images reflect and ricochet off the surfaces of the mind until they collide in an explosive kaleidoscope of memories and emotions. Running through sprinklers, floating down the irrigation canal in Ashland, picking strawberries in fields outside Portland, eating so many that we had trouble filling up the flats before the buses left for home, basting ourselves in baby oil to broil under the Oregon midsummer sun, besting each other off the diving board in the neighborhood swimming pool, singing and dancing to Tears of a Clown and ABC 45s, urging Jo Ray, sometimes pleading Jo Ray, to relocate her late night stretching rituals somewhere other than the front of the TV. Hitching a ride with her to school if I was lucky enough, in her Volkswagen Bug, stopping on East Main to scrape snow off the windshield with our hands, crashing her high school keg parties, biting back our anxiety as we hiked the razor-thin ridge line up to Twin Peaks in Utah, trying to catch up to her as she glided through the Silver Fox moguls at Snowbird, admiring her focus and determination as she tried to teach me to windsurf on Immigrant Lake, swimming with her and the labs in a lake near Snohomish. What was the others? Oh yeah, boiling crabs on Kamano Island, trading college football scores on Saturday afternoons in the fall, training Pomino to mimic Argus's jump from the dock to the boat at the Southwestern Yacht Club, marveling her skippering skills as she skippered a sailboat off the coast of San Diego, eating, lounging, laughing at swanky restaurants in Point Loma, roasting s'mores late into the night on the beaches of Hotel Del Coronado, and watching Argus fetch sticks we threw into the headwaters of the Missouri River. So crystallizing from these fleeting images are the memories that persist and linger like a savory meal or a sweet dessert dissolving on the tongue. Her arresting personality, her engaging smile, and especially her infectious laugh. We'll miss you, Loretta. May peace and happiness accompany you on the long walk up the stairway to heaven.
Hello. I am Marie. I am Aunt Loretta's niece. Whew, my gosh. Never done anything like this before. Thanks, Mom. My Aunt Loretta kind of just popped into my life. It was the beginning of COVID, and we all thought the world was just falling apart. Things were getting shut down, and she called me and said, Marie, it's your crazy Aunt Loretta. I need you to come get me from Ashland, Oregon. Move me out to Utah. I'm going to live with your mom. And I said, okay, sounds good, Aunt Loretta. As we're driving through the states, I'm getting phone calls from my friends. They're like, how are you driving to Oregon? They're shutting down states. Who knows if you're going to be able to come back? And I said, well, I got to go pick up my crazy Aunt Loretta. I got to go get her. She needs me. And on the way back, I had a beautiful 14-hour drive with her, singing Frank Sinatra the whole way. Other than that, she would change the CDs in and out, and the whole song wouldn't play, and usually you skip songs on your phone. She would change the whole CD until she found something she wanted to sing to. It was pretty amazing. And when we got to Utah, I was so blessed to have my own version of Frankie and Grace when it came to my mother and Aunt Loretta. They'd sit together, and they were so opposite, but so similar in their own ways, and I think that goes for our whole family, is we're all kind of unique in our own ways, but we all have such a kind heart. And when it comes to family, and family just popping into your life, I didn't know my Aunt Loretta until I was 23 years old. And when I met her, I was a mess. I didn't know what I was doing, and the best part, and my fondest memory, is sitting down with Aunt Loretta. We looked at each other, and we both were just having a bad day. We were drinking some wine, and we just started crying. And we didn't know how to express, so we just held each other. And we were like, you know what? We're beautiful, and we're crying right now, and we're a mess. And it's okay, and we're going to be okay. And I just think it's beautiful because at any moment in time, and it doesn't matter if you haven't known your family, and all of a sudden they can just pop in your life and they can teach you that family's so strong. And even if you're a mess and you're having a hard time in life, your family will love you and accept you. Even if you're driving 14 hours and she's calling her best friend Coach. I just needed to talk to him for a little bit on the phone. And her best friend Bill, she had to call him too and make sure that he was doing all right as well. I learned a lot of stories of Uncle Gordon walking her down the street for school every morning, and Aunt Dre being her bigger sister, and my mom, she always said that she had to be her mom and chase her down whenever she was going out with friends, and Uncle Kent and Raymond just being so fun for her. It was 14 hours, but in those 14 hours, I learned so much that I had missed in my childhood. And I'm just so blessed. In the last 2 years, I had my crazy Aunt Loretta pop back into my life, and I'll cherish it forever. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe Ray, for that video presentation. That was phenomenal. I know it must have been gut-wrenching to have gone through all those photos, as it was me going through photos of trying to find Loretta's life and seeing all those moments come back. It was just so sad and so gut-wrenching. Does anyone else want to come up and say a few words? Leave it a few minutes. I don't know, there's just so much I could say about my relationship with Loretta. Unlike Ray, I did not want to be Loretta. She was the younger sister, was always trying to tag along. But I would say she was adventurous, and it was always fun having her going out and doing things. There was a period when I was about 16 years old, the family sort of split, and there was about 8 years where there wasn't a lot of interaction until we got back, and at that point Loretta was well into skiing on ski patrol in Utah. And it was always a pleasure to go visit Loretta, go on vacation with Loretta. She had just a great body of friends. She was a magnet. People loved to be with her. You could open your heart to her. You could say anything you wanted to her, and she would respond. She would laugh. She would cry with you. And you all have had your own relationships with Loretta. And it's just such a tragic thing for someone to leave us so soon in their life. So I think that we'll conclude with that. And thank you again for all coming out. And let's have a moment of silence and remembrance for Loretta. Thank you.
The family would like you guys to stay and join them for a coffee cookie reception